Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And I'm sweating because it's hot. It is hot here in the city. And I've been trying to film this little sequence over and over again, and either something gets sweaty or something gets itchy, and I kind of flub. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep this one whether I fuck it up.
This is indeed a disturbing universe.
I'm gonna keep this one whether I fuck it up or not because I'm tired of saying hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And it is hot here in the city, and it's a 3-day weekend. This is the holiday formerly known as Columbus Day that people have been choosing to celebrate as Indigenous Peoples Day, and for good reason. So I thought maybe I'd kick off this episode by talking about a couple of records made by Native American artists who had some native blood in their ancestry. And I'm not going to go too in depth because I don't really feel qualified, but I do want to point you in the direction of a really awesome documentary film that I watched a couple weeks ago. It came out in 2017. It's called Rumble, the Indians Who Rocked the World. And it's the most in-depth thing about Native Americans' contribution to America's music that I've ever seen. And it's pretty cool. And most of the first half hour of it talks about Mr. Link Wray and how his song Rumble, instrumental, was one of the cornerstones of rock and roll. Because this is a later record on the Epic label. This is a later record on the Epic label. This is a later pressing of it too. And it's got that style. It's got that style. It's got, I talked about this before. He does a song called Ramble. That's kind of a sequel to Rumble and Rawhide, and good stuff. Another one I don't remember being mentioned in the movie, but just from research, and since I'm in San Francisco, Quicksilver Messenger Service, one of the great early SF psychedelic bands. Nice shiny cover. But the front man, Gary Duncan, was Native American guitarist and singer for Quicksilver Messenger Service. Duncan was also in the 60s garage band The Brogues that did the song I Ain't No Miracle Worker. Okay, and then the third one I want to talk about is a Native American jazz musician, plays tenor sax, Jim Pepper. And most of the time you show people showing the record that he did in the early 70s, but this is a record later in his career from 1987, which this is an awesome record. It's kind of straight ahead jazz, but with some Native American music influences. And came out on the Enja label out of Germany. It's an import. Okay, so I just wanted to start out with that, just to, for the conceptual continuity of the theme of the weekend.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Hey, good morning, Steve.
Well, good morning to you, Mr. Gopher.
Hey, Steve, I got a question.
Yeah, what?
You know, how come you're not finishing what you started?
What do you mean?
Well, like several videos a few weeks ago, you were doing the reverse alphabet, and you got about from Z down to T, and then you just kind of gave up.
Yeah, no, I realize that. I just kind of got sidetracked and overwhelmed. But I was thinking of getting back on it because I cleaned up some stuff and, it's getting a little more organized.
According to my calculations, the next letter is the letter S.
That is correct. The letter S. And I got like a dozen records that whose artists start with S, and I just pulled them out.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm back to organizing my records in reverse alphabetical order, and now I'm on the letter S. All right, so the first one I'm going to talk about, this band is called Sea of Tombs, and it is some sludgy instrumental metal three-piece band. And they recorded this in 2000. I believe it's Steve Albini's studio in Chicago. The Gravity label out of San Diego put this out, and this is just a cool record. If you like heaviosity in your music, came with these guys here. There's a song called Calico Wall, which was the 60s band that did the song I'm a Living Sickness, like one of my favorite songs. So, yeah, much props to Sea of Tombs. This is the Seeds Web of Sound. This was one of my formative 60s psych records that I found when I was a kid on the GMP Crescendo label. And just a quote from the liner notes: Sky, Daryl, Jan, and Rick, the Seeds will mount the great white stallion and go forth into the land of darkness and look for the switch to make it light. Meow, meow, meow. All right, this one's kind of obscure. This is from 1971. This band is called Sky, and this guy is Doug Feger, who later started the Knack. So yeah, this is an interesting little footnote of rock and roll history on RCA. Don't Hold Back by Sky. This is a pretty good record. More early 70s. Judy Sill, singer-songwriter on the Asylum Records label originally. And if you like those introspective female singer-songwriters of the 70s, this is really nice stuff. And kind of sad story with her of drugs and shit, and we lost her way too young. But she made two really nice albums. If you think this has nothing to do with punk rock, there was a little footnote that she made an appearance on the Old Gray Whistle test, and she said, "Please buy my record so I don't have to open for snotty rock stars." And the guys from the Dead Boys were watching that, and that's why they called their album Young, Loud, and Snotty. This band is called the Shortwave Channel. They were from San Diego in the late 90s. This record is called Bright Lights They Hurt. And sometime or other in the 90s, I saw them at a small club opening for somebody, and I thought they rocked. And you know, kind of post-punky with a little bit of synth. And I saw their record and I grabbed it. So that's all I can say about that. Of course, one of my favorite bands, Sonic Youth. This is my OG copy of their first record from back in the day on the Neutral record label. It's got the ringware to prove it. Yeah, they had a different drummer at this point, and their sound was a little more percussive. But I Dreamed was one of my favorite Kim Gordon sung Sonic Youth songs. All right. This is a local record by a local artist who calls himself Solo Organ, because that's what he does. He plays solo organ. And this is called Atom Heart and Beyond the Infinite. And it's a really subtle joke. Is the first side of this, he is playing Pink Floyd's Atom Heart Mother on the organ. And he said, yeah, the cover, my organ is the cow and Oakland is the field. All right. Billy Squier, The Tale of the Tape. This was Billy Squier's first album, I think from like 1980. His big hit, The Stroke, was on his second album. And this album kind of bombed and went straight to the bargain bins. You can see the little cutout hole here. But this record kind of became a big deal after the fact, because many hip-hop songs sample the drums from the lead single, The Big Beat. It's produced by Eddie Offord, who worked with Yes on a lot of their classic albums. Another thing that's kind of clever is he had a children's chorus of backup singers that he called Billy's Choir. That's clever. All right. Split Enz, True Colors. Now I'm going to see if this comes out on the camera, but this is like the special reflecto laser etched vinyl with the little pattern on it. Can you see that? Maybe if I put the flashlight on it. Let's see. Put the flashlight. See? Ooh. Why wasn't this a thing? I mean, there are a couple records where they did this with. But, yeah. I got you. That's all I want. Okay, let's see. What else? Brought to you by the letter S. Soft Machine. Soft Machine 7. You know, they were kind of changing lineups all through their career. So over the course of like 9 or 10 albums, there weren't really original members. The drummer on this, John Marshall, passed away recently. Rest in peace. Awesome drummer. The one original guy was Mike Ratledge, the keyboard player by this point. But this is some really nice keyboard heavy kind of fusiony stuff. I mean, if you like the sound of those 70s synthesizers and electric pianos and whatnot, and you like tricky time signatures, don't snooze on this record. You know, some people just lean towards the earlier Soft Machine albums when Robert Wyatt was still in the band, which is really the classic stuff. But they're all good, in my humble opinion. All right. Spacemen 3, Playing with Fire. And this is a classic. This is a classic because it has this stoner rock anthem, Revolution, and it has the hypnotic instrumental, Suicide, kind of an homage to the band Suicide. And it's got like Wash Away My Tears and Let Me Down Gently and Honey and How Does It Feel. This is a good record to play in the morning after you've been up all night to kind of sort your head out. And this is the Bomp pressing on kind of grayish vinyl. All right. And last but not least, Susie and the Banshees, Once Upon a Time, the singles. And this is back in the day. This is where most of us started with this band because it's got all the classic songs: Hong Kong Garden, Mirage, Playground Twist, Love in a Void, Happy House, Christine, Israel, Spellbound. I mean, it's just one good song after another. And Susie, and it's kind of a pun on Sue, which brings this whole indigenous thing full circle, I guess. I don't know. Okay then, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and peace.
Cut. That was good. We can use that.
Save it, please.